these ASMR whisper videos. I'm going to talk about my day. I'm going to ramble a bit. I might get into some movie talk. A lot of recommendations for movies and shows. I'd like to thank everybody for putting those in the comment section, because I did ask for them. And frankly, you can keep doing that every time, because I'm kind of picky, and I have a long list already, but the longer the better, because the more to choose from. It's less time that I can waste on Google trying to find something to watch. I find that if I want to watch something and it's already 8 or 9, and then I spend an hour or an hour and a half on Google trying to search something that I might like, then it's going to be really too late to start the movie, because I gotta wake up in the morning. So this is kind of like a life hack for me. I'm kind of hitting two birds with one stone with this. I'm doing my ASMR video and I'm getting the recommendations as well. So now I can actually just take one of these recommendations, plug it in, and then go, and then that saves a lot of time, and then I can still wake up on time in the morning. So it's a win-win for me. And the most recent one that I saw that I was recommended was called Come and See. It was a Russian film. I believe it was filmed it came out in 1985, so it probably would have been filmed in 83 or 84. And it was about the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union in Belarus. And it definitely was disturbing at times. There was a lot of metaphors. It wasn't any real battle scenes per se. There was a few, but it was relatively low budget. There was a lot of metaphors about death. I don't want to give away the whole movie, but because it is historical and it is fact, because it's been proven on both sides of, like, the Russians say that this happened this way, the Germans say it happened this way, like Americans say it happened this way, so it's been proven. One thing that not many people, well, I don't know if that, probably most people know now, or maybe 50-50 know, that the Nazis were committing genocide not only against Jewish people, but against Belarus and Russians and Poles and all kinds of people. And Hitler and the SS, their policy when they invaded the Soviet Union was living space. So they were actually not taking POWs, prisoners of war. They were putting people in barns, lighting them on fire, throwing grenades in, and just ethnically cleansing. And that was essentially what this movie was about. And it's very sobering. It's very anti-war, but it's also very Russian patriotic, because they were fighting for their very existence, because they were against a genocidal adversary that didn't view them as human. So there was definitely some nationalism and some pride on the Soviet side making this movie, but it was also very dark and very anti-war, and there's a lot of disturbing scenes. They used children. The main character was a child, and he was a soldier. He was maybe 13, something like that. Very good. It was my type of movie. It made me think. It's not the Avengers type explosions, cheap kind of crap. Like a cheap thrill. And I don't hate anybody who wants to go and watch an Avengers movie, and I think there are times where that's appropriate, just to turn your brain off and just kind of see fireworks, so to speak. So to get into my day today, my boss is on holiday, so instead of working my regular night shift, I took his day shift, and I got a lot done at my job, and I tell you, I got a lot more done than he gets done. I basically top to bottom, it's a big building. I cleaned the whole building. I did the outside too. With a push broom, I cleaned all the dirt out of the parking lot, which was a lot because there was a crazy windstorm that happened over the last week, something like that, at least a few days. Vacuumed everything, cleaned all the glass, mopped laundry, bathrooms, cleaned everything, top to bottom, dusted, garbages. There was somebody that took a dump in the parking lot, but it was off in a corner. I dumped bleach on it, and I didn't leave a message, but I at least attempted to call the cleanup crew, because there's like this city cleanup crew, but they never answer. So probably either my boss or me tomorrow will call them again and see if they pick up to clean it up, but I did dump bleach on it, so it's kind of somewhat sanitary. I also did a side quest, because my building that I maintain has a lot of tenants to it, and one of the tenants gave me $20 to clean his area as well, so I did a side quest. Yay for me, getting money. So it was nice. It rained a little bit sporadically today, off and on. It was sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, and the rain didn't really stay around for long. It only rained for literally like 2 or 3 minutes at a time, but it was heavy. Like, it rained heavy for 2 minutes and stopped for like 2 hours, and then it rained heavy for 2 minutes and then stopped for 2 hours, and then rained heavy for 2 minutes and then stopped for 2 hours. It was really weird. And it was just rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. And I didn't really smell the rain, which was weird. It's usually you can smell the rain. Today you couldn't really smell it. I don't know why that was the way it was, but it helped me kind of clean out the parking lot, because with the push broom, some of it was easier to pick up, some of it wasn't. Like, it was a very fine dirt that was in the parking lot, so some of it just ended up getting spread around, and then the rain washed it away anyways, and I knew it was going to do that in rain, so it was easier than if it didn't rain. Yeah, so that was more or less that. When I got home, I showered, I ate a little bit. Nothing fancy, just some beef and stuff. I did a quick nature hike. Well, I don't know if I'll call it a hike, more of a walk, and it started raining again. Like, right at the end of my hike, walk, because it was flat, so walk, but it was in the wilderness, kind of, at least. So walk, and then I maybe took, 45 minutes. It was just kind of a quick going through the motions, getting out after work type thing. And then when I went back to the parking lot to my car, it started raining, so it was perfectly timed. Like, the rain perfectly timed to my life and day, the entire day. It was crazy. It never happens that way. It's like hitting every green light. Similar comparison, I guess. I didn't really hang out too long by the creek because there's mosquitoes, and I clipped my neck shaving after work when I got out of the shower, so I had a little bit of blood on my neck. I didn't want to be like bait for mosquitoes, so I kind of didn't really stick around too long, and I was in my head too much, way too much, when I was doing my nature walk. I was thinking about work. I was thinking about what I was going to do when I got home. I was thinking about like what I'm going to record video-wise for the channel when I get home. I was kind of thinking about like, hey, if maybe I can do some nature shots for the channel here, where could I do some? And I was kind of just thinking about prior stuff that happened at work, and then future stuff about like what I'm going to be doing now, which is what I'm doing now. But I wasn't really living in the moment, and I think the best way for me at that time to live in the moment would have just been to go down by the creek and sit and just stare at the water, and that's like a meditation where you just kind of zone out on the water and your mind just becomes more at peace. But because of the mosquito thing, and also because did the day shift, and it was going to get somewhat dark. So I felt a little bit pressured to get out of there, and I did want to do this video as well, but it was a good little walk, a good going through the motions thing. There were some small waterfalls. There were kind of those like I don't know what they're called, but those like white like when you go whitewater rafting, those dangerous kind of like suction parts of the creek. There's some of those different sized rocks, some big rocks, some small rocks that the water was going over in intricate ways. I always like seeing that. The great thing about going to a creek, even the same creek, is the water's always going to be going over these rocks slightly different depending on the day and season. If it rained, if it didn't, if it's a runoff, there's always these different routes that the water takes and cuts out into the ground, and it's interesting to see. It's very relaxing. It's easy to clear your head to that kind of environment. Tomorrow I work my other job in the morning, and then I have the regular night shift for work at my other job. I don't know how much time I'm going to have tomorrow. I would want to go to the gym if I have enough time to go to the gym. I usually go to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, but tomorrow's going to be Tuesday. If I'm uploading this on a different day, it might not make sense, but I'm recording this on a Monday. I usually work out on Monday. I didn't today, so I'm going to do it tomorrow, but it should be fine. I think I'd probably end up doing leg day. I'll see how much time I have, how early I get to my first job, because they give me a little bit of leeway to get there. I'm kind of like almost like a contractor at that job. I'm under like employment, but I kind of get to make my own rules a bit, and I just do that job twice a week, kind of basically like a contractor. Like I said, I mow the lawns and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll see if I have time for the gym. It would be nice. I posted a video, a talk video, not an ASMR video, about kind of bodybuilding in general recently. Kind of like the health industry, really, just like a critique of it, like a criticism. Then all these bodybuilders want now is to get huge. They don't want any aesthetic, and they take huge amounts of drugs and steroids to get there, and then they sell people supplements like that's what got them there. It's like, it's insane. Like, do people believe that? I know I did when I was like 13, so maybe their main demographic that they're selling these powders to are like 13-year-olds. And I don't want to hate on supplements too much, because whey protein can actually increase your protein intake by quite a bit, and it's fairly easy. It's a good way to just get your protein in quick, but it has no real nutritional value other than just isolated protein. There's a lot of like scam supplements that you can buy, like these capsules, and they have like, maybe if you're lucky, some of the ingredient they're advertising in that, but it's basically like ground up rice powder. So that was kind of what this video was about, and kind of just like how Arnold Schwarzenegger and those guys, like, even though they took massive amounts of steroids themselves, like they were doing like masonry work during the day, they were taking acting classes at night, they were running on the beach, they were cycling, not just steroids, but on actual bicycles as well. Swimming, tanning, they were taking it seriously, like as an art form, and they really just had that as their whole lifestyle. They're eating good food when they can. They weren't eating junk food, but they weren't keeping like these Tupperware containers of portioned things. They weren't carrying like a 5-liter jug of water around the gym, or like all this crazy stuff. They weren't like setting alarm clocks on their digital watches to make sure that they eat rice at the right time in the day. So I'm kind of basically just saying like how the industry took all that good stuff that they were at least attempting to do, even though they did do some drugs, and they just kind of ran with it to sell and market products to like kids and people that were looking for a quick fix. And not only that, but body shame basically all of the viewers, and like this pseudo motivation, like you have to get like this or you're garbage, kind of took over. And it's not anymore about health. It's not about even looking good anymore. It's just about getting huge and like basically insulting the guy that's slightly smaller than you. I think Dorian Yates probably and Ronnie Coleman were the first two huge guys that kind of set that in motion. I guess the audience kind of wanted it. I don't know what would really be behind it. I guess maybe just the audience at the time. This was pre-MMA. They probably thought like these guys were like Vikings or something, that they could beat up anybody because they were so huge and muscular. But obviously we have MMA and Royce Gracie and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that kind of proven all that wrong. Although if you get into that debate, there definitely are strongmen who can grab a hold of a Jiu-Jitsu guy if they're lucky and just smash his head on the pavement. Like, I don't think it's necessarily an end all. There has been strongmen compete in MMA. I think, well, I forget his name, so I shouldn't even think on it too hard, but he was a Polish guy. I think his name was Marcus, though. He knocked out a Gracie. It didn't even go to the ground. I think his wrestling's okay because he's extremely strong. So, I mean, no martial art is an absolute, even jiu-jitsu and all that. But I'm not talking crap on it, talking crapola on it, because then I'll get a bunch of triggered jiu-jitsu guys in the comments. It's almost like a cult at that point. But not as big of a cult as like the bald, bearded guy that cycles Trent at the gym and like rents a Bugatti and just screams out Andrew Tate lines. And I saw this thing on YouTube, which we're on right now, which is crazy. Who would have thunk it? Of like some guy, I don't know why they invited him. It was like this debate about like finances or what is a man, and they had like these single, they had like these single steroid guys, and then they had these like married dads, and I guess the debate was like, what's masculine, to have like a family and look after them, or to be like this pseudo alpha male Bugatti driving like steroid user thing. It was a weird debate, at least that's what I got from it. And like the bald, big, bearded guy, I think he was in prison at one point. He just started freaking out and tantruming on everybody, threatening everyone that, hey, you can't talk to me like that, I'll beat your ass. And like everyone was just like, what the fuck, who even invited this guy? So anyways, that's kind of the general point of what I was going with when I first started talking about this critique and mentioning my bodybuilding video. Is like, these guys are like, they just take all these drugs, their hair falls out, they grow a big beard, and then they kind of put out this like alpha male grind set kind of pyramid scheme, like this shilling, this I don't know what you call it, like it's a scam basically though. And then they rent a car, and then they use buzzwords. They're like, I dominate everyone, I'm an alpha. And that's what bodybuilding is now, and it's crazy. It's literally crazy. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up in like a minute or two. I probably shouldn't have started the video off talking about ethnic cleansing. That's probably gonna lower my retention rate. If you stick out to the end, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment saying you stuck around to the end. It'd be nice to know if anyone did stick around to the end. But yeah, because I started the video off kind of talking about like a controversial, touchy subject, kind of a dark subject. I probably shouldn't have did that. I should have put that at the end of the video, but I wasn't thinking ahead. And if somebody came across this video and they didn't want to hear that part, hopefully they just skipped over it and still watched the rest of the video, because I think this video turned out decent. and there's some stuff in this that people could zone out and kind of clean their house to, or relax and listen and just kind of not think as much and listen about my day and my thoughts and my ramble or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna upload this probably. I'm gonna put it in the queue for like 2 days from now. So I filmed this on a Monday, but it's gonna come out on a Wednesday type thing. Other than that, I just gotta wish everyone like to have a really good day. Actually, I'm gonna go maybe a couple more minutes on here, because my mom's birthday is coming up, so I'm gonna buy an ice cream cake, and I'm going to get helium balloons with the age on it. I'm not gonna tell you the age, because a woman never wants her age put out there. And my sisters are coming, and my uncle's coming, and everyone's coming. It's gonna be a big thing. Yay! So I just wanted to get that out there. Shout out to my mama. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much all I got for now. It's getting late, so I'm probably gonna quickly watch a show or a movie. I'm not gonna stay up too late. I gotta wake up in the morning. But yeah, now I'm gonna close it down, and hopefully everyone's still vibing to my stuff. And more ASMR videos are gonna be coming out. More nature shorts are gonna be coming out. I have a video of me basically in a nervous breakdown coming out. I don't know if anyone wants to watch that. Since I stopped taking SSRIs, I get that maybe once or twice a month, and I've been kind of just trying to do like an open diary when I get like that, and kind of just try to articulate my thoughts or process it on film, basically, which is probably a bad idea because the internet lives forever, but also at the same time, I think it might help somebody. And if this channel ever blows up and gets super successful, then I'm not going to be ever accused of like trying to just be fake plastic and showing all the good side all the time. So there's that, but I don't want to be accused of like attention seeking, victim mentality, snowflake, or all those buzzwords either. I'm just trying to give an accurate view of my thoughts, my opinions, through my political videos or my vlog videos or my basically open diary videos. And then I'm also doing obviously these ASMR videos, and I'm doing my nature short videos where I'm filming creeks, filming deer. I don't think I've gotten anything like a beaver yet, but I've gotten some woodpeckers, some things like that. And now I want to close this video down. I hope everyone's doing good. I wish everyone the best as always. Don't worry too much. Make sure you're drinking water. Water's important. And sometimes if you sprinkle a little bit of salt in the water, that's good for electrolytes, because if you're very active, especially if you're an athlete, or if you work really hard, or if you're in the sun, you sweat out a lot of your sodium. And salt is always looked upon as like a bad guy, and if you're obese or overweight, it can be. But if you're living an active lifestyle, putting some salt in your water is actually really good for you. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're looking after yourself. Take time for yourself. Lay down if you have to. Take a mental health day if you have to. You work to live. You don't live to work. Okay? Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. Don't be afraid of things. You know, I'm doing my kind of my pseudo pep talk at the end of the video, but hopefully it helps someone. Hopefully someone needed to hear that. Yeah, but God bless everyone. I love all you guys. Thanks for checking out my channel as always, and more stuff coming up. I appreciate the support.